to everyone here. So we have both Ms. Mradula Shet, who is a talent monetization coach, and we also have Ms. Beena, who is an entrepreneur and mindfulness coach with us. They both have amazing story to themselves, because I feel it won't be of justice to just take few words to explain what they do and what they are, right? So, ma'am, it would be really great if you both introduce yourself and say a bit of your story to people here, because I think I've heard both of your stories. So I just feel that it would be great to hear a bit of your story from you and for the people here. Over to you, ma'am.
Hello everyone, I'm Mradula Shet, and you can see I'm doing multiple things online. I started off long time back, about 23 years back. As a homemaker, I transitioned to a freelance content writer. And I started out when it was quite difficult to work online as an Indian lady, especially. It wasn't easy. Even paper wasn't available at that time. We had to wait for checks and all to come. And it was a long journey. I'm just saying it's taken a long time, but I've kept to it. And then the online world offers lots of opportunities. And since then, I've transitioned from an online content writer to copywriter, affiliate marketer, social media marketer, and also a talent monetization coach now. And I'm also into remote work consultation. This is mainly my online entrepreneur journey, and I do multiple things online. Let's next see what Beena has to say about her offline journey.
Hello, everybody. Welcome, and thank you for joining on a Sunday evening. So, as you can see, I've put on a few points like, yeah, it was not an easy journey or not an easy shift from being a corporate HR person to what it was. Okay. So I started my journey very early in 2005 when I passed out of MBA. I was directly into HR, and within HR, I wasn't satisfied. I was just moving across the organization within IBM, thinking that, yeah, maybe this particular job is not what is meant for me. And then I moved on to become a strategy and change consultant. Then I took a break. Yeah, parallelly, I was in a journey of my family life. So I had two children. Along with it, I was trying to build my career. Somewhere I felt I'm not giving enough or I'm not doing enough. So the basic thing is like end of it, what the end result, what I was seeing is only the reports and the appreciation from the client, or that's all. So I didn't feel satisfied. I felt somewhere this is not the purpose of my life. So that's when one of the days in IBM itself, there was a transformational step, I could say, that the first step where they had put up a tag saying, I'm special. So that kept me in a thought, how am I special if I'm not contributing to anything outside the world of this particular office? So what am I doing? So that's when I tried to find my passion, and like all of you there thinking, okay, this is not what I want to do, but there is something else, right? But first we try to figure out the passion within us. So my passion still lies in children. So that's how I thought, okay, let me start up a school. But then it is not easy to transition, right from being an employee to become an employer. So that's how I started working for a school. I spent 9 months working and understanding the process. And I took over an existing school because financially and as a family, as a woman, I was not so confident to start something different. But then, yes, it was a success. It was quite a tough journey. Then I moved on. But then there was a COVID, right? All of us were affected. So that gave me another break. I could work as a consultant in multiple organizations, startups, and I understood how the sales is done, which I never did. So I could relate things, what I was doing. And the above part, which is in bold, is what I'm currently doing. I started 3 companies right now. Litos is for the training, and Annie preschool, that's a chain of preschools, and then Gilby as a spices products and spices. But I'm parallelly balancing because that's the learning I've got, that you can't be isolated as an entrepreneur. So you need to be upgraded or updated. So that's why I'm connected to the industry by being a project consultant, helping other companies to set up things. I'm also okay, my entrepreneur journey has been very strong since 9 years, where I felt it is time to give back to the society too. That's how I'm part of some of the associations, Wiki. I'm a president for State Council of Personal Branding, where um, it's an opportunity where we can empower women. Women entrepreneurs are doing really great, and it must be a good challenge for many men out there who really take, we procrastinate, but women just take risks as and when it comes. So mentoring women entrepreneurs is one of my key interest, and I'm also an entrepreneur's mindfulness coach. Recently, I've been practicing mindfulness for myself, and now I'm helping entrepreneurs to get out of that stress or anxiety. That's about me. Thank you, Mradula. Thank you, Karthik. Let's move on to the actual purpose of this session. So I think, yeah, all of you have filled up the form, and this is one of the responses we have received. It's like out of 48 of you, most of you have just joined out of curiosity to know, okay, what is it there? Who is that who's talking? What are you talking about? But then 35.4% of you are actively thinking about quitting the current job and moving ahead. So I did, like a team, we did quite a few understanding research, market research as well. So we understand that over 30% of Indian employees always want to change. Okay, we are not satisfied. Maybe it's the pressure, work pressure, or the timing, or the salary, or the appreciation, whatever the reasons may be. Only 75%, almost 75% of them feel that they are overlooked. They can't be, changing the job. It is very difficult because the population is quite high in India. So this is just a survey from Times of India. So now a question to each of you there. If you have a pen and a book, I'm sure all of you are carrying. Just write down 3 points. If you're not working right now, or if you've already quit, no matter what you're doing, write down 3 points which you feel are the basic problems which you face in the current job, or assuming that you are in a current job which is making you feel that this is not enough. So write 3 of them, 3 challenges, okay? And write 3 challenges how you imagine entrepreneur journey would be. So we'll just give you 2 minutes, okay? Is it good enough? Let's start. Please put in your message in the chat as soon as you're done saying done. I'll repeat. Write 3 points which makes you feel that you need to switch from the current job, and write 3 points which you feel that entrepreneurship will help me get out of this. Anybody has questions, please post it in the chat. We will be happy to help you.
So also, it's other than entrepreneurship, I think it's also the new beginning that they imagine.
Correct.
Right?
Yeah.
It's the new beginnings that they imagine. So yeah.
Right. Even if you're switching a job, a current job to a desired job, whatever.
Yeah. Even if it's changing career path, right, or even becoming an artist. So yeah. So
everything.
Yeah. So three things that are probably resistance at where you are, and 3 things to your dream place, right? Yeah. Right. So I just helped you freeze.
Thank you, Karthik.
Sorry for coming.
No, not at all. We are doing it together. So is there a response? Anybody? No, I cannot see the chat.
Not yet. So anyone typing out of the chat window, guys? There is a chat window.
Animesh, may I add a question? Sometimes we think that in some field or other, we are not compatible and we quit. But later on, we realize that we shouldn't explain.
Okay, still go ahead. That's your answer. It's fine. Just write that. Yeah, this is what I felt. I'm not compatible here.
Yeah.
But what makes you feel that you can be a compatible or that job can be good to you? Right? Something.
So there is
Uh,
this thing from Lakshmi. So do you want us to post our answer here or
No, no,
just the
no.
status whether it's completed or not?
Yes, it's completed. We'll assume it's completed. We have given you
Okay.
enough
Yeah.
time, Lakshmi. So the next thing what we want you to do is the things which you have written. We will put you in breakout rooms right now. There is a pop-up which comes on your screen. Just accept. You will be placed in different breakout rooms. Please share these 6 points, the 3+3 points with your room members. Okay, and just explain. You can just tell your name and where are you from for a quick introduction, and explain those 3 points. Okay, so I hope you
um,
all of you get a chance.
yeah, I think we're all back.
Yeah, we're back. Yeah, it was actually nice. I was part of one of the breakout rooms. I'm sure all of you had a good session where you understood why is it important to share and discuss our thoughts. When we tell it out loud, we actually think again, isn't it? Yeah. Right now, we don't have so much time to share each of our things, but definitely we will move forward and we will come back to this. So there are so many assumptions about what is entrepreneurship. I think these are some of the points. You want independence, you want to create that innovation or anything you have in your mind, you want to implement that. And you want to take ownership. Some of you told me that you you love to take ownership and the risk and reward is equally coming straight to you. It doesn't bypass through the channels so that it is more towards you. The impact is what exactly the impact you give will reach out to the end client or the result will be what you have put in the effort. And then, yeah, continuous learning, of course, because you will be experimenting a lot of things as you grow in the business or as an entrepreneur. Financial independence is everybody's key takeaway, where we feel that we will be free to explore on the financial field. Okay, let me actually tell you as an entrepreneur, as a business woman, what is actually the entrepreneurship? What are the challenges? What are the real time? What is it exactly in the field? Okay, so there are multiple areas, business functions in any particular business. Correct. Right now, you must be handling one of these. Either you're a sales head or the marketing head, or you are working in operations, or you're in the human resources. But just take a moment and think about this. Okay, so in a business, you will have marketing. You need to get in more leads. You will be handling the sales. So revenue is very much required to run the show. And operations or the delivery, yes, of course, you need to keep your eyes open and ears throughout 360-degree. And the human resources, you however stressed out you are, you need to have that people management skills. You need to build a culture in your business. You need to hire right people. You need to make the team stronger. And also the finances, most important, or the blood of any business. The profits, what you earn, how do you utilize them, how do you scale up using the revenue, and also the taxes, which is very important. I'm sure you're thinking, okay, we can outsource this. I'll come back to that. R&D is very much important with the amount of people moving on to the business and entrepreneurship. There is a lot of competition. So right from competition analysis to the market survey and whatever, whatnot, right? There is so much you have to keep doing along with the other things. And the general management, you need to do all this and also ensure that you have little time for yourself. There is no freedom of time when it comes to the management of a business, at least in the initial days. And the legal, of course, there are complications which you can take expert advices But then, yes, you need to be aware of all these things. Public relationship, in the sense, you need to market out your product or service. You need to talk to people, talk to the clients, reach out to people and say, this is what I am. This is what I stand for. This is my brand. And of course, the most tedious thing is the vendor management. What you need to, how smartly and effectively you can purchase and communicate with the right vendors with an effective pricing. Okay, so now I would, this were the challenges. Now I would request Mradula to take over and explain the fears we go through. Yes, Mradula?
Yeah, there are quite an entrepreneurship isn't an easy journey. So there are obviously quite a lot of fears going on in everyone's minds. So we're listing out the most common ones here, which practically everyone has, and it's quite normal. Everyone has it. It's like the most common one is the fear of the unknown, because you're entering a new field, whether you're going for a change of a job or you're considering or starting your own business, you don't know what's happening next. You wonder if you're taking the right step or not, or if it's the right decision, what will happen next. All these questions do pop up in the mind, and it's one of the most common fears everyone faces. The next fear would be about the loss of identity. Like supposing if you're going for a career change, you're used to being in a certain spot, certain position, and when you go for if you want to go for a promotion, of course you wonder if you can handle the responsibilities over that. If you're thinking of opening and starting a job business, you wonder if you can survive without the tag, because you're no longer a assistant manager or a sales manager. You're just a person until your business gets established. That's a common fear everyone faces. The third fear is obviously financial concerns, because you're used to a monthly salary, and then until you get a new job, you wonder if you can sustain yourself till you get a new job. And if you're starting a business, you wonder how long you can actually manage your finances to get a regular income. So those are also financial concerns, which happens to everyone, even myself and Beena. We were at a stage, we had the same problems, the same challenges we faced, but we overcame it. That's all. Next thing that comes to mind is about the fear of starting, because you don't know what you want to do. Because like if you want to have a career change, you're frustrated, you want to do something else, but you don't know what the something else is. You want to start a job, a new business, you have so many opportunities in your mind, but then is it right for me? Should I start this or should I start that? Is it the right time? Those are the common questions that everyone faces. Another common question you have is a fear of investment and risk, which is most often connected with both. It's not connected, but I say a career change maybe. At the most, maybe you have to relocate, or perhaps you have to traveling expense. You have to take into consider your traveling time and all of that. But when you're entering an entrepreneurship, you have the fear of investment, how much you have to invest, how much you get in returns. When you start getting returns, will it be enough? Then even online was the same thing, because online you can't work without tools. You have to invest in tools, and you don't know if you are going to get how regular your income will be. So these are all common questions and fears everyone faces. The next and the last most common one is the fear of business sustainability. This applies when you're starting a business. Like you have started a business today, you have your friends, relatives buy from you for the first month or two. After that, you don't know what to do. You wonder who will come to you next. Was it the right decision? How do I get my next customer? Where do I get my next lead? These are all common challenges and fears. And we know, the bad thing is, yes, it's apparent. All these fears do exist. You can't do anything about it. But the good news is that there are ways to overcome it. And the main thing that we have to overcome is first your mindset. Because only if no matter what the challenge is, only if you're mentally prepared to take the change, can you move forward. And so the next Beena, we're talking about a mindset change. You have to adapt to take the next foot forward.
Yeah, thank you, Mradula. So there are multiple ways you can, scale up, or you can shift your job. But then everything comes back to you, right? You is important. You are important. Your mind sets the pace. It is very easy to say, yeah, things are not running well in the current job, but what are your beliefs? Why is there is a blockage? There is a baggage which you have carried so far, which is stopping you from moving ahead. So let's see how actually we take up a lot of courses through Litos also, that we help people to shift the mindset. That is very important. And then you accept things as it is, whether it is your current job, your current relationship with your employees, or your personal relationships, or it can be your business value system, what you have designed, your vision, your mission, or your milestones, the smaller bracket. We'll come to that. So first of all, embracing failure as a learning is very important. So when we say, like, both of us just took you through our journey of what we are today, we can definitely call out and say we are successful as entrepreneurs. But there is a constant failure in between, which we have just overcome. There were multiple obstacles, but then those failures have become a real challenge to us, the real learning. So without, like, we always have learned, right? Somebody's mistakes you learn. Maybe, yeah, at times you end up making mistakes. So that's the best learning you get, instead of just running up the ladder. Once you fall, you know which step to take next. Okay, so how you can shift your mindset to accept that failure as a learning without being depressed or going down. A small example is when I had two schools of my own, and I had nothing else. And then all of a sudden I had to shut down because of COVID. The only way I could do is I accept it as a learning, because then I know, okay, franchisee system model works like this. Which skills am I lacking? I think those 2 years of COVID helped me to scale up my skills. I did my doctorate, I did my psychology course. I could start up the company, I could do online trainings. So that itself is a boon. So if I was also taking failure as it is, I would have not been here, whatever I'm doing currently. Or same with Mradula, she would have just been a homemaker. She wouldn't just take another step and say, oh, why not try this? Like, there's nothing to lose. Failure is just a learning. Okay, set realistic goals, in the sense, yes, we all aim to too high, right? We say, okay, I want to earn $1 million in a year. But where are you currently? What are you earning? What are your skills? What is your path to success? So without knowing that, you suddenly decide on a higher aim, and then you cannot fulfill, right? What happens? You will lose confidence. You will not try to move ahead. So what we do is help you set realistic goals, cut down that long-term goal into short-term, small, reachable milestones, and also help you to learn how the learning can help you. It's not that you are in one of the industries, for example, you are into sales, but then maybe you will learn from a manufacturing industry also to apply those concepts and skills, which can help you scale better. You can attract, online or offline, you can attract the clients by using some other skills. So learning isn't limited to your own area, but you should also learn everything else. And the most important part of the strategy, I can say, is to seek support, mentorship. The only reason why we put you in the breakout room is to help you understand that it is important to share your problems or your concerns with the right mindset, people of similar problems, so that you understand each other, you understand the real challenges, you learn from each other's mistake. Also, you get a mentor who has gone through your phase. It is easy for us to tell you whether it works or no, because we have gone through that phase, right? So these are the tips. Right. Mradula, shall I continue?
Just one quick thing to everyone. If you have a question, I see that Animesh raised his hand. There is a Q&A part that is assigned, like a time in the end. So if you could just note down your question, we can get through the Q&A at the end so that the flow is remaining. Thank you so
Yes,
much.
we will give you ample time to ask questions and also help you with the answers, right? Okay, so let's come to the managing the transition. Basically, it can be a particular job shift, like initial conversation out. Karthik was saying that most of you are looking out for a change. Change can be a career shift or a job role or just the position or the entire area of your working to the other unknown place. So let's see how do you set clear goals. So this is very important. We also have an activity. I think end of it, the team will share with you the goal setting activity. I will explain you how it works. So setting a clear goal is very important. If you keep running, chasing your dream, you will never. I mean, dreams are not fixed, right? So as the dreams vary, you will also vary your plan. So let's see how you can build a clear objective, clear roadmap where it takes you from where you are to the desired level of your achievement or the place where you call it I'm successful. So you need to break down the goals into achievable milestone, as that's what I was telling. Let's suppose earning 1 million is your the goal. Then we will say, okay, in 6 months time, I will earn 1 lakh. Then I will move on. I will earn 2 lakhs in next month. So initial months it's difficult. Then I will double up. So we will help you to scale out how you can actually make it more achievable milestone instead of feeling upset that it is not possible to go to the next level. The next one is building a support system. Of course, you need to get a right mentor from your industry. Mentor can be, it is not that you go to one mentor, okay? You can have multiple mentors because somebody is good at something. So if you need a mindset, or a mindfulness mentor, I'm there. If you need an online, expert, Mradula is there. You need anything else, you need networking, we have the entire team, Deepak, Karthik. And so like that, you need to identify a person who will help you, who will guide you on this. And friends, of course, there are, there are both pros and cons of sharing things with friends. Some of them have already experienced something not right. So they might influence you and put you down. So be careful in what you share with right people. Sharing right things will help you. Counselors, definitely, because the industry experts, I can say that they know how your capability, or they'll help you assess. They will not do anything, but they'll help you do it yourself so that you are more confident in moving forward. Networking with like-minded professionals is important. That's why this community concept, I think that's wonderful that you have Anubava with you, which helps you to move forward, to take a step where I will not blame myself later for taking a wrong step. That is something we expect you to do it. The assessment period is very key. If you do it right, then you will never regret in the later phase of your life. Yeah, emotional support, because most of it we just go outrightly, we take decisions and we do, but there is something we like most of us are into business. We are like leaders, right? If you are taking a decision today to shift from where you are to whatever you desire, so you are being a leader. That leader needs emotional support. You can't just say that I'm very strong and you can say that I will stand alone, I'll work on myself. There are challenges, there are problems, there is no time at all for you. Your health might go up and down. So all these things need support, and that's why we are all there as mentors. Financial planning is crucial. Without income, it is very difficult to sustain, right? So creating a financial safety net is very important. Will help you to understand that while you are taking up something, in my personal experience, if I have shifted from a corporate job to become an entrepreneur, I have done my homework on the finances. So only when I felt, okay, I'm capable of surviving for the next 6 months or the next 1 year without any regular income, only then I've taken the shift. So that way, it depends. Each of us are in different phases of life. Maybe you can also identify one of the hobbies or any part-time income sources where you get passive income as well as another source of income which can support your business. That way you will not be idle. You will also, like what I'm doing right now. So I have multiple businesses, but I still go out and consult people, right? So that way I get two benefits. I'm connected to the industry as well as I get some regular income. So even if the business is making profit or not making profit, I will still have something, certain amount coming into my account, right? Financial advisor is essential in these matters. So before you take the leap into investing or dedicatedly working on something while leaving the regular income job, so then you need to actually do a big task of making a financial plan for yourself. Embracing change is very difficult for all, right? Most of us fear. That's what Mradula was saying, that, yeah, there is uncertainty always. It is quite natural, and you can actually take this up as a learning. So you read about people who have shifted. You read about industry experts. What were their challenges? How did they come out of this? What should you do to have a personal growth? Like I said, yeah, right now you are having a lifestyle. Okay, maybe you wake up at 6 or 7 and then you go back to bed at 11. But trust me, there is a multitask which you need to do. Like how I explained you the different roles you will be doing. You will be on your toes 24/7 for the initial setup days. So how will you manage that? Are you ready for this change? All these things should be analyzed. When you're doing all this, the entire thought of the shift, like why you want to move to the desired job or business or as an entrepreneur, is for yourself, isn't it? Everybody wants to do something better in life. Everybody's whole purpose, like how I have shifted, how I felt complete when I shifted from a job to being a businesswoman. That is only because of me. It is not for others. It is for myself. So self-care is also important after you shift. So you need to start prioritizing your physical as well as mental health, because physical health, in the sense, round the clock you will be running around. You will be on calls. You will be connecting to people, and you still have to be strong, because next day again you wake up and you get back to that routine. It might be a boring, tiresome job, but you still need to be cheerful and active and welcoming. So practicing mindfulness is very important. That's what I tell all my students and fellow entrepreneurs. Stress management, being in a job, just imagine you are on the other side of the job. Okay, so your boss or your employer, how much stress he must be going through handling so many employees. So you will be in that particular role. Then how will you manage? You will be promoted to a higher grade. So how will you manage those things? The stress is something you need to manage. Work-life balance, yes, of course. When we do all this, there is something called me time. Okay, so you should never compromise on that, is my personal opinion, because whatever it is, when you need a break, you need to take a break. When you need sleep, just take a break and sleep. When you need to travel, go on and take that vacation. But all that happens only when all these other things are taken care of. Thank you so much. Now Mradula will take over and explain you the more tips and strategies.
Thanks, Beena. I'd like to mention one point again that should actually prove it. I feel is very helpful in moving ahead. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm just probably since we spoke a lot on mindset, so I just thought should we get a few questions now and then we get to this part? I
Sure,
think, yeah,
I
I
mean, leave it
think
for the end, I think. Can let them note it down.
no. So I think to also for a bit of interaction, I suppose.
Yeah.
So yeah, so I fear it shouldn't become a one-way street, right?
Yeah.
So
Right.
yeah,
We're so
so
used to
That's true.
talking, so let's.
yeah, I mean, like, so guys, anyone, I think on this part on mindset, any questions to Beena and Mradula, uh, that would be great. So, anyone on
Can we
this?
start with Animesh's question? He raised his hand earlier. Animesh,
Yeah.
do you want to share?
Anyone else for that matter? So, anyone here? No.
I hope I didn't put you on sleep.
So,
Lakshmi has a
Lakshmi.
question.
yeah.
Sorry to butt in. I put my hand up. I don't think people saw it. I just wanted to ask, like, I really like the tips for managing transitions. I thought that was really useful. I just want to ask, because both of you have done it and you have so much experience in transitioning. I just want to ask you how perhaps one or two experiences of how you manage that transition. For example, the anxiety that comes with transitioning. How did the two of you perhaps deal with it? I think for most people, that's the big thing. Even if you are reasonably financially secure or reasonably have things in place, it's the mind that we really have to
Yeah.
deal with. So how did you?
Right.
Yeah.
Yes, Lakshmi, that's a wonderful question. Actually, I'll start with it. Maybe Mradula can answer too. When it came to my particular transition, it was a complete shift where I had to let go all the regular income, right? So financially, I was in a state where, yeah, as a family, my husband was earning for the family. So I was not, I didn't have to keep some amount for the family as such for at least few months. So that way, financial stability was already set up while I worked for 11 years. So then it came to myself where I felt, yeah, otherwise also I like taking up challenges. So every time I encountered a problem, basic thing is to get into a government office and talk to them to get a registration done. Okay, that itself was traumatizing because when as a woman they look at you differently, right? So all these things cause me a little more anxiety, I can say, that I was always believing that education is that particular area or the system is very pure. There is no politics, there is no bribing, nothing. But it was all difficult when I encountered that. I didn't like the way people behaved with me, but then I was strong. I felt, okay, this is the real challenge. I need to prove, I need to encourage more women. That's where my women empowerment, the thought itself came from, where I felt, okay, people are challenging me. So this is the time that I stand for myself. Now that I've stepped into the pool, I didn't want to step out. So this is how I came across. Yeah. Mridula, you want to share?
I would say like for me it was I had very strong why, because working online isn't easy. Really, it's not easy getting work consistently, getting clients consistently. Because I was a freelancer, I never worked for any company. As a freelancer, I was always looking out for jobs. But it was my strong why. I wanted to, like, I was a homemaker. I wanted to prove myself, do something with myself, and that kept me pushing. I was scammed a lot of time. I wasn't paid also. I was duped. I worked. It's not easy. And then I learned how to overcome those cons, how to identify the scam artists with practice. And after going through so many scams, I can actually tell just through messaging also, the person can be trusted or not. Even I always tell Bina, just that by the messaging, I can tell who the person is, whatever person he is, because I've just, I don't even look at them. Just the message can give a lot of insight. So
Yeah, I agree
that's
with
actually
you.
helped me a lot. Yeah. I think my strong why. That's what I was just going to say earlier. You need a strong why to move forward. Whatever you do, if you're doing a career change, if you want to pursue something, your own passion, you want to do something different, you should keep that strong why in your mind. It should be there always behind you. When you have a failure in front of you, remember that why you wanted to change, what made you make that change, why you want to move forward. That will keep you moving forward and keep you pushing you towards your your goal. Nothing else. Trust me, it's only your why, nothing else.
And because we are from different industry, I handle
Yeah.
mostly offline and she handles mostly online, right? So we mentor each other. So we are there for each other. So anything we rush and then say, okay, this works. No, then we stop it. The gut feeling works.
Yeah.
I hope that explains, Lakshmi.
Yeah. So there is a
Fantastic.
question. There is a question from Priyanka.
Mhm.
So I think her question was how and where to start connections. How to
I've been
build
talking about that later.
Yeah.
It's
Okay,
coming up.
so then
Yes.
that's coming forward. And there is one another question. Maybe we can take it before we move on. So
Mhm.
the question is, does transitioning from jobs really affect your job portfolio negatively, like an instability remark or
Yeah.
something?
Yeah.
So,
I would
so
like to answer a little bit of
Yes.
that. Yeah.
You take it up.
The thing is, it was a myth earlier. Now it is no more because people who hire you are always looking for leadership qualities. They would be happy that you tried, you are taking the responsibility, and you are well versed with all the areas. So you can actually transition better when you go back into a managerial roles. So that's what I have come across. Will I want to add something?
No, I would say, I mean, like my children, they're also, they've also done a lot of job hopping around because they're not happy with it. But then actually it helped them improving themselves as entrepreneur. They have got that, what would you say? They don't have the fear. They have the courage to move forward, try something new. It actually, in a way, it can affect your resume negatively. But if you take it in the long run, it also shows that what a person you are. So
Yeah.
depending on the person who employs you, they may be looking for a person like you. They want someone who doesn't just follow the books. They're looking for someone who's actually ready to try something new, who wants to actually explore. Because they depends on the job opportunity you look for. That's what I would like to say.
Correct. When I think from the HR perspective, because I'm in that field, so mostly we look for people with higher skills, but with added skills and knowledge, we always give priority to the profiles, resumes.
So perhaps you could upskill yourself when you're transitioning. Upskilling would be a good.
Correct. So
option
you
too.
shouldn't be idle while you're
Yeah.
doing something, and also you shouldn't hide from your resume. You should be very frank enough to explain what you tried and why it worked and why it didn't work. So if you can reason it out better, I think you have done the learning, right? So that itself, without a certificate, you have learned it yourself. So I think it shouldn't be a problem. And mostly what happens is while you fail once in your business or anything, maybe a smaller failure, but you will take it up in a better way and you will redo things
Better.
so that you don't have further failures. You will never give up.
perfect. Thank you, Beena and Mradula, for taking these questions in between. I think now I'll leave the floor to you. So we'll go to the second part of this. Thank you.
Yes. So now I would like to go, I mean, like now once you get your mindset into place, the next point that comes into mind is what you have to do next. I mean, even if you're supposing I'm talking about entrepreneurial angle, you wonder what your opportunities are, whether you should do something online or offline. You see the online world, it seems to be magic. It's not magic. It's all the same. Online world and offline world is actually the same. The only difference is the online world, there's more flexibility in the time and the location. You can work wherever you are, whatever time you like to. Of course, when you work in a job, you have the time limits, but then at least you can work for an Indian, American company staying in India. But then in offline jobs, that's not possible. But otherwise, when you look at the option-wise, there are quite few options you can think of. Like in the online, there are mainly three different spheres we can consider. One is offering your skills as services. That would be like if you're a freelance, if you're talking about the online world, it would be if you're like a freelance writer or a graphic designer or a web designer. And supposing if another option is to sell the products, like if you're interested in making some things, you could consider starting a business of selling whatever you make through websites like Amazon and then Etsy and the Flip. There are a lot of platforms to sell whatever the products you make. And you can also make digital products. Digital products are relatively easy to sell because there are no hassles of packing and transportation over there. And there are minimal running costs involved over there. So, and then the third option you have is to teach, like whatever skills you have, your own talents. And if you're a writer, you can always coach someone else into writing. If you are into any art form, you can also teach art, any other art form. And those are the three main fears you could consider if you're looking for an online job. But I would like to just say that online world, I've noticed that everyone who enters the online world expects magic. They expect to earn money within a month, within 2 months. It's not possible. It is not at all. If anyone, and as a fair piece of warning, if anyone promises you that, don't believe them. It's never possible. I've learned everything. It's not at all possible. The only thing you can do is it's only your hard work, and whatever you do, there's no magic formula. There's no magic lamp, nothing. Okay, when it comes to offline opportunities, the similar opportunities you get actually. Like you can also you can offer some services. Like there are many people who require home cooked food. You can always, if you love cooking, you can start cooking and selling, providing food for them. Photographer, you can work as a photographer. And dog grooming is very famous nowadays because pets love I mean, there are pet lovers. They don't have the time to look after their pets, and then they would love someone else who's a pet lover to do that for them. And of course, you can also sell products also offline. That again can be handicrafts, or if you're a gardener, if you like gardening, you can always have a plant nursery, have sustainable product. I mean, these I'm listing are different. The things are which are not usually thought of. Similarly, when teaching, like you can also teach your skills. Like if you love children, like Beena has done, she started her own school. Those who love, I wouldn't recommend starting a school for everyone because you need to be you'll be surrounded with children all the time. So you have to be actually enjoy the presence of children to start a school. They don't. But that's what I would like to mention. Before making a choice, you should take all the points into consideration, not just the money aspect. Whether it's your passion, what environment you will be, how you would like to be in that, whether you can spend the whole day with them, every day in and out. Because when you're an entrepreneur, you'll be there the whole day. You won't be you'll be doing everything on your own. So you have to be enjoying the process. So you need to enjoy whatever you're doing to start your own dream business. And then yeah, that's my passion. That's what but that's one of the skills I've acquired over the years. I can show there are many opportunities to earn money with your own single skill. When you have a talent, the problem is many people are not aware that they have talents. There are people you may have an inborn talent you don't know you can monetize. There are things like even now you want to know how to, even a person who speaks well can earn money. If you listen well, you can earn money. Writing is not the only way. Everyone thinks only writing. When you think of online work, is writing. I've seen after the COVID, there are, I think, 100 times more writers online. But then they're not actual writers. Telling you frankly, writing is also an art. It has to come out from your inner self. Just writing for the sake of writing will not work. So what I mean to say that you don't start something because someone else is doing. You have to start it because you want to do it, because you enjoy it, because it's your passion. And so once you have figured that out, the next part comes, of course, like someone asked, how do you get connections? How do you get leads? And that too is again another process which is necessary to sustain your business. But in 1 or 2 months, it's a bit easy. But then once you grow, and we look at it when I'm talking about the online world, your social media platform is very important. Because you cannot afford to go into ads when you start. When you start, you need to have your social media platform because you have to look at your platform as your online store. Your profile is your board. I always say that your profile is your board. It has to clearly explain what you do, who you are, and what you can offer. You have to explain that is where, because your online profile will be there. It's 24 hours representing you 24 hours. You don't know who will visit your profile at which time of the day. They will see your profile. It is a first impression that actually creates the impression in their eyes. So if we have a convincing profile over there, they may reach out to you, asking what you offer, what services do you have, if you can help me. So when you're thinking about after that is where content creation comes in also. You can see everywhere online they say content creation. Doesn't mean sharing motivational quotes every day. Content creation means talking about what you can offer to someone else, what your business revolves around, what your expertise is. And the purpose of writing content is to show what you can do and how you can help another person. Then of course you have ads. Ads apply to both in online and offline jobs. And then referrals, like when you speak to referrals, if your customer is happy, they always refer you to someone else. Similarly, you can also offer them a sort of referral commission where they can get a commission on whatever your packages. Supposing you have a good package and you sell it, and they refer another person to you, you can always offer them a commission. That is a good way to get more leads. Then you have loyalty programs where you can offer discounts to your regular customers. And then networking. This applies to both online and offline jobs. Even if you're looking at it in the job perspective too, there are many ways that are actually what you say, the instinct is to look for job boards for work. It's not necessarily online job boards. We look around, there are people looking for employees everywhere. Just look around, there are so many groups, especially Facebook, LinkedIn groups. There are people needing help. If you have to, that's the reason why you should know your target audience, that is why you need to know your passion, what you plan to do next. You have to identify your goals, your ideas. Then once you get that into place, you know who your target audience is. No matter if you want a new job, or you want I'm going for a career change, or we're going to start a new business. Once you know who you're going to serve, you will get an idea of where to look for them. It is that you can't just go to say the Facebook, LinkedIn, and Insta. It depends on who your audience is, because each platform is famous for different businesses. So supposing like Beena's she's at the school now. School, it can be applied for all three actually. Schools are relatively better, but me as a writer, I would say that LinkedIn is a good place, and perhaps Facebook, but I wouldn't recommend going on Insta much. So it depends on what your business is, because it's where your target audience lies. That's where you define where your business, your presence, it revolves around. Even if you have an offline business, it's always better to have online presence too, because people nowadays, they don't have the time to go physically looking for a job, looking for a product or anything. Everyone does a search online. So if you have an offline business, you have to have an online presence, so that when a person conducts a search, and when you list yourself online, it's important that you have all the relative important keywords in your listing, because it's true based on the keywords that people look for you. They won't just put, like for example, Beena school, they want you to write Bangalore preschool is not very useful. It should be more like where your locality is. Bangalore preschool in ITPL or Bangalore preschool in KM. Because if a person is shifting from one location to another location, they will want to know where the best schools are in that location. So they will not do that research before the shifting. They'll be doing it not doing after the shift. It will be done before the shift. So you have to have an internet presence online, so that everyone who's coming to it applies to any business. Like if you're having any business you have, and a person shifts to a new place, comes to a new place, they will want to know more about what is available in the surroundings. So you have to have your online presence, and you have to use the right keywords. Without the keywords, nothing happens. Everything, I always tell everyone, everything boils down to words. Whatever you do is words. Online, nothing else. You need to use the right words, because it's the words that bring your presence, bring you in front of other people. It's the words that take you to your target audience. You need to breakout rooms again to actually find out what you had considered as your next career change, or if you're thinking of going for an entrepreneur journey, what your next, why, that is the reason why you would have decided to deciding to quit. And once you're done with that, do come back, because we now be sharing some tips to move from a corporate mindset to an entrepreneur mindset. So just join the breakout rooms again, and you just do some discussions and learn more about your.
So just to build more clarity, this breakout room is to discuss why the transition, right?
Yeah.
Why the transition, to kind of identify why you want to transition.
Yeah,
right?
What the idea, what they thought of next,
So where is the clarity? So if where is the clarity of where is there, it's about why, right? I think it's reflecting on that. So okay, so thank you. Yeah. So
how long will the breakout be?
Because
last time okay. Roughly 3 minutes.
3 to 4 minutes.
Yeah, 3 minutes be enough. 3 to 4 minutes be enough.
Yes. Okay. Thank you. I'm gonna start this now. You guys will split. I think it.
Yeah, perfect.
I think it was perfect.
Yes.
Like we ended on dot on time.
Yes.
Good to know that. Yeah. So
I'll share the screen again.
Yeah, Beena.
So I think we are pretty much at the close of the session, the last part. Yeah.
Last few minutes, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, hope everybody got a chance to share things, right? Okay, so I just have few tips out of our experiences put together. Okay, this is nothing but the strategic approach would be thinking big. Okay, instead of thinking smarter instead of thinking big. Don't go for the very big excessive expansion, because that might cost you your finances, your effort, your patience, your money, everything. Okay, the time, energy. So just focus on smaller sectors, smaller part of the bigger goal, and aim for objectives beyond just money. It is not just money. When I want to become an entrepreneur, for me, my satisfaction was when I paid the salary to the employees, when they smiled and took it and felt that, okay, I'm supporting those families. If I have 35 people working for me, I am supporting those 35 families. That's what makes me feel more happier. That serves my purpose. So it's not always about money. And then concentrate on the challenges and not your dreams. Like I initially started, dreams can be wearing, it can fade away, but if you are ready for challenges, you can overcome any of the hurdles and obstacles. So your time is very important, because like you all know that you will be managing most of it in your thing, or you will be shifting to a different role. So you will have to learn a lot. So your time is your energy. Your energy has to be preserved. You can't just let go of it with all these things happening in your life. So manage your time very wisely. So that's why time management is very important. That is one of the topics we insist startup owners or any entrepreneurs go through this course. And networking skills, yes, definitely. Please be part of this. You know that you want to be part of sales. So be part of those networking groups which will help you understand, okay, this is a new thing in the market. There is a funnel which has come. Okay, so I want to learn that. There is a new AI tool. So be part of the networking group which will help you make your life easy, so you can upgrade or automate your business as you can. Yeah, these are the 5 tips. I hope it helps. Okay, our team, Karthik or Deepak, would be sharing the goal setting sheets with you. So what I want all of you, you can just write down in your book or a paper right now, because I want you to go through this as a small exercise. We have time, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
So before jumping into anything, we need to have our goals set. So the SMART goals, what we call right now, is nothing but these are like a stepping foundation to the empire which you're building. Okay, so let's see. Write down the heading, SMART goals, and what is in each category. I will explain it to you, and leave some place for you to do it, maybe after the session also, where you can go back and analyze and write the answer over there. Okay. So when it comes to specific, be specific on what is the goal. Okay, goal can be anything. So for example, do you achieve your goal? Okay, so I want to cut down 6 hours. I'm working from morning to night for a company. That's not helping me. I need to do a lot of things. Let me cut down my time. It's a specific goal. Okay. I spend processing data in Excel every day to 3 hours. By implementing an improved work, concept or anything, AI tool or anything, I will cut down that time to 1 hour. So that is your specific goal. So what is your goal? You need to be specific. Measurable is any goal what you set should be measurable. Like I said, the time. I'll track the time I spend processing the Excel data every day and watch the time decreases. So everything you do in a day should be measurable, either in terms of money or time. You need to have the goals measured. You need to measure the progress. So you need to know what you are doing currently and what is happening after the improvement. Okay. So when I say attainable, it means, do I have the skills and the resources for it? Is it is it like a dreamland or is it really in hand? Okay, so I have the access to Excel books. So definitely I just need to help. I will help myself learn how to do more efficient ways of utilizing the formulas in the Excel. So that is attainable. It is very realistic. So when we come back to the next one, why is this goal important? You need to be very realistic because you need to know. Sorry, there's some noise. You need to know why is this goal important to you, right? In spite of moving out of the current current job or state, there's no point in being in the similar state in the next future role or future business or entrepreneur role, because when you move, shift, there should always be an improvement. It can't be same. It should be higher. You should get more time. You should get more money. You should get more freedom. You need to get more control. So why is this goal important to you? What will you do with that cut down time? If you're cutting down 2 hours from using Excel, so what would be the realistic approach to that 2 hours, what you're doing out of it? Okay. Time bound, yes. Again, when we say, when I achieve the goal, when will I actually achieve the goal? So everything has a time limit, right? So when this is important, we do time map and see that, okay, by next year, that is May 2024, I want to achieve this goal. So you put timeline and say that, okay, I'm going to do this. Okay, I am going to meet this person. I'm going to have a meeting. I need to go invest. I need to get the certificates done. I will register. I'll get my GST. No, I'm giving examples, but unless you know you have a timeline to be followed, it is very difficult for the goal. You will keep procrastinating. That's the bad part of it. Okay. So anything, that's it about SMART goals. We have to work hand in hand to help you set a proper goal. So maybe in the coming sessions, we will do that. Over to you all. If you have any questions, Mradula and I will help you.
Yeah, in the meantime, I just want to take one question that Priyanka threw, like how to build connections and network. So I have an interesting perspective to add there, because don't shy away from dropping the first high, right? So it's difficult. So because whenever I have felt, whenever I see how many great connections or networks are made, those are the times wherein I haven't shied away from saying hi first, right? So I think it's very essential to build a good network, and it's not easy, okay? Because 50% of the time you'll be shot down, right? So you'll have to go through it. It's not gonna be in a platter. But for me, that dropping the first hi and then being okay with the consequences of it, right, has helped really well. So hope that gives you a bit of a perspective there. Yeah. So any
adding to that, I would like to say that, I mean, you build connections, you can never know how the connection will help you. It may not help you today, it may help you tomorrow. So it's always good to network, because I've learned a lot through my journey. I've met many people who have helped me in different ways across my journey. I mean, I met them for a different purpose, but they helped me in a different way. So it's always good to keep networking, keep connecting. You never know who the next person, what opportunity lies next. They may offer the next opportunity to you. They may offer a new job to you. They may want a partner. You never know. So just keep connecting. Whenever you get an opportunity, keep networking. It will help you a lot.
Thank you. So any other question, guys? Maybe we have few minutes more. We'll take the liberty. Yeah. So
I think I want to rekindle one of the questions that Animesh asked earlier. He asked, like, how do you find out what your passion is? This is a very open-ended question, but it's something that people have in mind. What if you think you're meant for this, but you're not?
Yeah, I have a form for the money. That's what I help in talent monetization. There are questions I ask, because many a time you do not know what your passion is. You subconsciously do things which you don't even realize you have the skill. So I actually have a form which I found out to be very helpful. I ask questions. If you're interested, I can send it across. Just let the team know, and we can share the form across, because it asks questions, make you think about yourself, and that's where you find your inner passion, your inner desire, and what you want to do.
Yeah, we also do self-assessment with before we step into anything. So that again helps.
Yeah.
Perfect. Great. I think so. Okay. Already we are having. Um, so Raghav is asking, do you guys formally offer services to people who quit? So Beena and Mradula. So that's a
Yes.
question from Raghav. So
Yes, obviously, depending which space you are, where you need help in, we can, like I said, both of us complement each other in our different aspects. So depending where you are stuck at, that's where I can help. If I can help there, I help. If it's Beena's field, she'll help. So yes, together we can solve most of the questions and most of the problems entrepreneurs face, anyone faces.
Yeah, you can always connect with us, and we'll take it ahead.
Perfect. So then I think that's what the next slide is not got a little good, because Vinod has already asked when is the next session. Thank you to have this question, right? So that means there was some value that was important. So thank you. So I think we can go to that. So the takeaways probably here, if you see, all of us share a similar journey, right? I hope we discover our unique potential, and hopefully with the support we personalize the path. And so hope we as a community approach things with optimism and guidance. So one thing, we know how much time you guys took to kind of prepare the slide, and because one thing that we felt when we were talking is everyone talks about what to do, but no one talks about the mindset, right? So it's so we really wanted to emphasize on that, and they really had to put in a long time. So thank you so much for doing that and coming up with this. And what more wonderful than seeing people saying people saying that it has been helpful, right? Thank you so much for that. So it means a lot. So